Hi everybody, my name's Anthony Barlow and I teach on the BA Education and the postgraduate programme in education. And I'm here today just to give you a little bit of an insight. I'm going to do two parts of my presentation. I'm going to talk a little bit about what my thoughts were after this trip that we went on, and I'm also going to give you some thinking time as well. So I was very lucky this year to go on a trip to Spain with some undergraduate students, year 2 undergraduate students, and they were geography specialists, get in the middle up there, geography specialists and RE specialists. And I call my presentation the Lonely Rough Michelin Map Guide to a Place. And these are reflections that I've got on this trip with year 2 specialists when we went to Spain. I'd just like you to write down 3 things in terms of what you think geography is. Just write down 3 things, please, what you think geography is. Okay, I'm going to come to you straight away. If some people from that side of the room, could you just shout out, please, what you think geography is?
People and place.
People and place, thank you.
Physical makeup of the world.
Physical makeup of the world, thank you. Some people from the middle, what do you think geography is?
Maps.
Maps, thank you. Orientation, thank you. Colouring in. Good answer, because we hope that's what our students do not leave thinking that it is. Thank you. This side of the room?
Geography is all over.
All over the place. Thank you, Miles. Anything else?
Fun, interesting and so important.
I do hope so. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So we went with these year 2 students for 6 days to Spain, a brand new trip. And I had 2 hats with my colleagues when we went to Spain. And we went as lecturers, we went as teachers, and the students saw us as the teacher, as all-knowing about these places. And that was a tough role for me to be in. But I also wanted to tell them that I had a second hat. And passionately, my second hat with them was that I was a learner and I was a co-enquirer with those students, because I hadn't visited Granada, I hadn't visited Cordoba at all. And some of the other lecturers had, but we as geographers hadn't been. So I had impressions about this place from a guidebook, I had impressions from people I'd spoken to, I had impressions from maps, but they may not have been the right impressions, and I passionately wanted to get this over to the students. There were challenges as a teacher and challenges as a learner that I identified, and I'd just like to share these with you. When I was there, one of the big challenges that I had was to communicate with the students, specialist geography education students, what geography was, because they hadn't all got it, and that worried us, so that was a challenge. And the second thing I wanted them to get across was, why do fieldwork? 6 days out of their course, spent in Spain, quite a long period of time. What was the use of this fieldwork? Second thing I learned was, how can we help our students to know about a place, Spain, understand about the place, and also inquire about a place? Third thing, how can students construct and apply knowledge about the place to show that understanding and then to practice their teaching skills differently outside the classroom? I should say that the upshot of this visit, this field trip, was they had to produce an assignment. So that was hanging over them all the time, and also hanging over me and the other tutors all the time, because we kept having to answer questions about this experience in the light of this assignment. So that was quite a difficult process. Just moving on very quickly. Also, one of my reflections was, what are the best conditions, and how do you actually teach people, adults, over the course of 6 days? This is not a 2-hour lecture. This is not a 3-hour lecture. This is 6 whole days of contact time. That's quite draining, quite a difficult thing to plan. And I certainly hadn't thought about how it was going to work out. When do you go from being that teacher-lecturer to being that more pastoral, caring side? Is it at the same time? Quite a difficult juggling act. Final thing that was a challenge as a teacher was, can they travel with an open mind, with open eyes? Can we, as teacher educators, go and avoid that tourist bubble? Can we then have an authentic experience that we can then pass on and work with our learners on? So those were my challenges as a teacher, and I was working on these, sharing them with the students as we went through. These were my challenges as a learner. Certainly the last one was quite difficult. How was I prepared for this journey? How did we prepare them for this journey mentally, physically, and intellectually? I'd done 21 hours worth of teaching with them beforehand. I will do that 21 hours very differently next year, very, very differently. That's enough of me talking. I really want to show you a pictorial representation of the visit, along with some pithy quotes from very clever, famous people about journeys, just to get you thinking about what geography was to us. We haven't got time. I'm sorry. Oh, gutted.
Shall we put the YouTube video into the wiki and then people can watch afterwards?
What a shame.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
7 minutes and 7 minutes and 7 minutes.
Thank you.
Let's get the next person up whilst you take questions.